No glasses, Adam?
No.
We get the agenda, but we also get like the report, like it shows you like the breakdown of like all the org reports.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't see the actual org report,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see like whatever we sent out as well.
Because parents weren't supposed to get it. It was supposed to go to the chapter leader, but it wasn't supposed, and I wasn't allowed to show it to anybody else either.
So like we can see like
It's gonna show you like the general, like the snapshot of like the
like weapons in school,
Mhm.
3, school.
the categories. Yeah, which how many?
Right.
Yeah.
So then I can see the categories, so I know like after like I forget which ones they are. I have it in the car right.
Rena used to give them to me, like she was supposed to talk about them or whatever. She didn't, but I used to see it.
Right, but they give it to everybody. Everybody gets it. Everybody that knows the safety committee gets that.
Yeah, well, they're not supposed to. Just telling you.
Why?
They weren't supposed to give that out. I wasn't allowed to even show it to like a teacher. Any teacher. Like it was
Tell you information. Like I don't know, like Sky.
no, it doesn't have student information, but those were, I guess, internal ORS reports, and they weren't like, they could be discussed, but they weren't supposed to be distributed. Just like the school safety plan, there's only certain pages that the parents are supposed to have, that they're supposed to see, even though you see, like you signed the whole safety plan, and at the meeting you're entitled to see like the safety plan because you're signing it, but you're not allowed to actually get any of those pages.
You know that Lafayette site is also Dewey?
Mm-hmm.
You know how strange that is to me? Like as a fucking logical person, again, a logical person. So let's just say that some shit happens in our neighborhood.
But that's not, they have to have one off-site. Their off-site is not Dewey. You only pick, right, you're supposed to pick your two closest, you're supposed to pick schools close to you, because that's if like your plumbing's out or something happens and we have to move kids for dismissal, we don't want them to be that far, and then you have to do one out of area.
Right, what I'm saying is, let's just say something happens. If something happens and the power goes out or whatever, like it's happened before, Dewey and 12 are affected. It's like the same.
Yeah, but it's not just for power. But it's not just for power purposes.
No, I'm just saying. But let's
Mhm.
just say that there was an issue where, like, the neighborhood had an issue, and they had to get the kids.
But where would you expect? Right. But the question is, where would you expect them to go? High schools have to go to a place based on capacity limits, and they don't like to divide them.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if something happened in this immediate area,
Mhm.
and Lafayette and 212 had to go to Dewey
Mhm.
at the same time,
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't though.
Wait, but two, if Lafayette and 212 were affected, Dewey could be affected too.
But it's not only just for power. Like it's done for other reasons, where like maybe there's a heating issue in one school, the heat's not working in one school, that's why they're going to go to another school. So like it's not just for that, it's not just for like power grid, because you can keep kids in school with no power like that, we've done it. Like that's not like just a general issue. But if there's like a water main break at a school or an issue, that's where they go for, that's why they're looking to relocate, right? And so what would happen is, if there's an issue, then the borough safety director would speak to those BRTs, and they would say, okay, I've got you and this school that both need to relocate. I need you to go to your secondary, and I need you to go to your first. So they might say, like, you guys are going to go to your, like, farther out of area or whatever, like that. Like, it wouldn't necessarily be like we're both going to Dewey. But Lafayette's, it makes sense that it's Dewey because they're the closest high school to them, and they need a high school, really. Like, high schools generally go to high schools, sometimes they got to divide them, but they don't like to divide schools, so they like to try to keep the kids all going to one location. Like high schools, I guess, can divide because they're bigger, they go and come from school by themselves, but that's why ours was Dewey, and then the Lafayette campus was our secondary, and then Sethlo used to be our third, because Sethlo was a little further out. Adam, we're moving in a minute because this is a bad spot for me. I'm blocking the crosswalk, you heard?